Hi Virgo, welcome back to my channel. This will be a reading drawing out some messages for the month of September. Please feel free to check out your other readings which are up on my channel, many of which I've linked to this video. Otherwise, let's jump in and have a look and see what's coming up for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or to the cross watchers who are inquiring about a Virgo. This reading could be insightful or helpful for you, okay? Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Okay, Virgo, let's start off with the Eight of Wands. There's something that's going to be jolted into action during the beginning of the month. Now, this could be a continuation from last month. I did mention wildfire, intensities, etc. So that could still be looming around you. It could be spilling over into the month of September, but especially something to do with a fire sign here, okay? If you are dealing with fire, you do have the Tower card, chaos, calamities, setbacks, possibly with a fire sign coming through here. I mean, the Eight of Wands is very progressive, however. It's all about elevating and growing and evolving. So I do feel like if you are dealing with a fire sign, if this is a romantic connection, it could even be in work or in regards to finances, it's a stop and start energy. You know, we shouldn't just focus on the Tower as a whole, although it can bring delays and really shift things into perspective for us. Sometimes we need a bit of a reality check, but I think there's a very much a stop and start energy. Or if this is the case, you're going to bring up some sort of solution here, or you're going to bring that up in a conversation, that something that has been stopping and starting is no longer serving you anymore, Virgo, and you're sick and tired of waiting for something, holding on to something, when you know it either A, has value, or B, there's possibly some self-sabotage going on here. So I mean, it really is a jolt of action, the Eight of Wands. It could also be quite a smitten energy. Some of you could have a very electric meeting or connection with someone that's going to take place, or might be spilling over in the month of September. Could be with a fire sign, so an Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. There's also air energy here, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius coming up with the Queen of Swords. So there might also be someone that communicates something to you. I'm seeing a lot of emails, correspondence, conversations that will take place. These conversations are really going to get you thinking, Virgo. You've got the Hangman here. And I think for a lot of you, if you've been placed in a precarious situation, maybe financially, maybe in the romantic realm or in the business realm, I feel like if you have felt delayed, or you've been holding on, or you've been holding back to something in this middle column here, I do feel like things are going to come to the surface, okay? There's something that you've been holding back on approaching or engaging or accepting or even initiating here, Virgo. But I feel like September, there's going to come a time where you're just going to have to rip off the band-aid. Whatever it is that needs to get done, you're going to have to do that in the month of September. There could also be delays. Again, this contrasting energy of stop and start. This column is deeply progressive. This column can be a delay, and this column also contradicts each other. So I'm wondering what's going on here. It's stopping and starting, or reinitializing something again. But look, with the Hangman here, it can be introversion. In the middle of the month, there could be a quiet period for you. You might be reflecting. You might be taking a step away from your social life, maybe from family life. There might be things that you're doing to take a bit of a step back here, and that might take place. Could also be emphasis on health, okay? Or someone withdrawing from you in some sort of capacity here. But then you've got this wonderful Nine of Pentacles, and this is all about complacency and happiness and finding solidarity, being very comfortable in your current set of circumstances. What I love in this last column is that the fact that the Nine of Pentacles sits on top of the Tower card. So whatever struggles or hurdles you might be facing in September in relationships and collaborations, unexpected, because it's sitting with the financial realm, it could be unexpected expenditures or incomes, things that you weren't really planning on, things that might take you by surprise. It could be shock revelations, but I feel like you're going to be on top of it here, okay? You're a bit of a mastermind here, Virgo. So I love the energy you're coming up as, and you will find a happy outcome. Whatever this is a blessing in disguise. Shock revelations, news, electric connections, unexpected things happening around you, you're going to manage it quite well. Every action has a reaction, and your reaction to whatever it is that occurs in September, it's almost like you'll be ducking and dodging and reflecting and diverting. I feel like you'll be handling it quite well. Again, it comes back to a stopping and starting energy, and it might be something to do with words and conversations. The Queen of Swords is here. She can represent very important communication, words, conversations, emails, messages, okay, whether subliminal or whether conscious or and extroverted. It could be an air sign around you here as well. There might be an air sign who's really coming onto you fairly strongly here. And I do feel as though someone's going to have something important they need to reveal to you. Pay attention, because the Queen of Swords, she's not a gossip, but she does know a lot. She holds a piece of key information that's going to be helpful for you. Could come from an air sign, could come from any sign really, but there's something important. And she's going to be very open, or he is going to be very open about it, because the Queen of Swords is open about what she knows. She wants to spread news. She wants to inform and educate people. So it might be advice. It might be someone might learn something of the company you're working with, or the person you're dating, or the friendship hiccup you might be having. But it's like intel and information, okay, and it's coming towards you. But you might have difficulty accepting this, Virgo. Why? Because the Four of Pentacles is here. Now, the Four of Pentacles is quite a withdrawn energy. It's holding on to something, believing that it's for us, and that's okay, as long as it's something of value here. But if it's something that leaves you introverted, makes you feel upside down, makes you feel like, you know, you're trying to contour your way, you're trying to maneuver the best way you can, and it's not happening naturally or effortlessly or neutrally, then I do think this could be a cause for concern, which has come up with the Tower energy. So I do feel as though there might be something coming to you, but you might not be ready to receive it. Why? Maybe you're just closed off. Maybe you're just not ready. Maybe you refuse to accept something, this piece of information, or you refuse to accept this person's advances. Or maybe you refuse to accept that profits, you know, might be lost, or there might be financial setbacks. It's almost like you're not going to go down without a fight, whatever this is. And I don't think there might be a fight per se, but the Tower card, the fact that the Tower card is here in conjunction with the Hangman, I do think there's a course of action that needs to take place. It'll happen very, very quickly, and it'll unfold fairly quickly during the month of September, and it's something that you're going to have to pay attention to. But there could possibly be a withdrawn energy here. This is also you holding on to large amounts of money, which could be falling in your lap. Now, competitions, bonuses, incentives, it could be someone that owes you money. You might be handed a borrowed amount of money, or be given some money or funds, estates, property. There might be a good deal you've been hanging out for here, Virgo. There will be news and communication. A hot offer might come in very, very quickly. You can't delay or doubt, because the Tower card could indicate that opportunity might slip through your fingers, especially if it's in regards with property or money or investments or anything like that. Could also be with a fire sign or a fellow earth sign as well. So pay attention. But look, the Tower card, I mean, sometimes we need a bit of a reality check. Sometimes things need to be shifted. Sometimes we need to see the contrast, because how will we see the gorgeous light without the contrast of the dark? Sometimes we need to be taken to these places because we need to see what people are really like. We need to see how we really feel. We need to see the other side, okay? See how the other half lives. This is just like that saying, the grass is greener on the other side. Sometimes we have to make our way over to that grass and actually find out. It might look a certain way. It might look very appealing. It might be very electric and pull you in, but you won't know unless you try, because contrast, I think, is contrast and contradictions, stopping and starting, I think, is major. Whether this is by your course of action or someone else's who's quite close around you. Could be someone you work with on a day-to-day basis. It could be a child, could be a lover, a friend. But I do think you're starting to see the contrast, very much so, during this time. But it could involve another person here. something that you've built up might have to be restarted again. It might need more funding. It might need more money. But I think if you're doing a second or a third, fourth, fifth attempt at something, it might go down better. Okay, just want to put that out there for some of you Virgos. Sometimes these setbacks and the rebuilding of things, the reinitiating, etc. Sometimes we need to do that because it's through the reconstruction. It's once we've perused things, we see it from a different perspective, and we're able to make it something more grand, make it something more long-term, make it something more larger than it was the first time around. So that might make sense for a few of you with the Tower card, but it's also things happening very, very quickly. There could be things happening in your career fairly quickly. You've got a few Pentacle cards, the Tower card. There might be people leaving your work very suddenly. There might be shifts. There might be restructures, but they're going to happen very, very quickly, Virgo. But like I said, I think for the most part, you're going to be managing it quite well. So could be shocking discoveries and revelations as well. So keep an eye out from what you learn and who's telling you what, because there could be some sort of information that comes to you that is definitely going to be worthy of your attention. I will leave it at that though, Virgo. I just want to say thank you for supporting and joining the channel. It really, really does mean a lot. Stay tuned for that. Have a fantastic month, and we'll be in touch shortly. Thanks again, Virgo. Bye for now.